Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I had this idea, let's get a champagne bottle and make the cork pop out the top. So what I did it. So I thought I really want to have this bottle where the champagne, I'm doing it on the side because it's just easier for me to hold, so I hold it like that. It gets a little bit awkward because I want it up in the air and I'll be too close to the camera. So you just pop it like that, so you just hold it and pull the tab and pop it. Now if you're giving it to somebody who's got large fingers, then you can add like a ribbon or something underneath the pull tab, but it's based on like a double slider mechanism, and I'm going to show you how to do a double slider so you can put anything on it. But if you wanted to make the champagne card, then I've got the artwork for you to buy on Ko-fi or Etsy, but I've also got a free template for you. So this is the artwork that you will get. You'll get basic instructions that come with it as well. That's the card blank, and then you'll get your basic instructions, and then also the templates that are blank for you to colour in. Now this would be the freebie, and I'll put that only on my Ko-fi shop, but if you want to buy everything, you'll get that when you buy everything as well. So it shows you've got all the artwork ready to make it, then you can. So let's get started and show you how to do this amazing popping, uncorking champagne bottle. So I've cut out the elements, so it's really simple. There's like 1, 2, 3 things to cut. You see I've got black lines showing around there. You just don't want the black lines on the bit that it exposes unless you want that, and then you just cut around it. You just cut to the colour of that. When you're cutting this one out, don't worry about not being exactly the same as what I've drawn it, because it's just splashes, so it can be different. Don't worry about it. And then with the, let me just get the card. So the card blank, I think I might shift this over before I sell it. What do you reckon? I don't know, it's too late now, isn't it? So you can have a card that big, so you could have it as an A5, and you can have ribbons. Yeah, I'll keep it this size because you can have ribbons and decorations down to the left side. Big nice ribbon. I did it just as a tall slimline because they're popular at the moment. So you get the card blank, and then this bit you'll see I've kept it so it's open-ended. So you're going to cut along here, up, down, long. Now the reason I've kept it open-ended is because if you wanted a shorter card, less width or more width, then you can just cut off the sides, and you're cutting inside the black lines on that. This one doesn't matter because it's a mechanism, so you just cut around it. Black lines won't matter. So let's move these out of the way, and I've cut my card blank to 4. So then what you can do is you lay that, you cut that piece out long, you lay it exactly over the top like that, you go from behind, pencil lines, cut it off, and then you've got that. So get that ready first, get your card in this bit ready first. And then this is our little tag. I've got a pull here on there, time to celebrate. Now there is a blank one so that you can put any message, stamp any message you want on there. And if you're going to add ribbon, just add like a tab and stick it to the back, or even a longer paper pull. Then you've got this one, and you just need a bit of polythene plastic bag, doggy poo bags, shopping bags, anything like that. I've used, you know, those sleeves that you get in booklets where you've got like 30-page sleeves. I've just used that, and I've kept it long to show you what I'm going to do with it, and that's all you need. So it's really quite simple actually. So to make a double slider, all you need is this shape, and then you just need to wrap some plastic around it. Now that might have a bit of a crease in it, so I won't use that end. I think I'll use this end. So what I like to do is not on that piece of card, because you do not want tape. This is really static. You do not want tape anywhere on there, on the cut where it shouldn't be. So if you overhang the tape on here, I'll use white tape actually, you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put some tape onto the very end. I don't know if you, yeah, I think you can see it. So just pop some tape on there, like so. So if I'd gone over the edge, then you would see that. I'm just gonna, this is finger lift tape, just make sure it's sticking, because I might need to use the red liner. Because yeah, I did use red liner on, I can't remember what I used it. Oh look, now it decides to stick. Right, okay, be like that, but you're not playing. I'm not having you anymore. You're going to be red liner. I'm going to cut that off and use the red liner. Red liner is a much stronger tape. So just pop some red liner on there. Just bear with, finding the end of it. I might zoom in a little bit actually, just bear with me. A bit better, you can see a little bit better what I'm up to. So just going to pop that onto the end of the plastic liner. Give it a snip. See, gone over the edge, so that would have stuck to the card. So I just need to get that off of there, like so. So all you need to do now is wrap it on. So if you get the bit with the tape on there and wrap it around, and then what I like to do is if I hold this so that I've got a little bit of give, because you don't want it to be super tight, but if I hold it back, so if I go forward a bit and then pull it back like that, can you see there's a little bit of a gap there, then when I pull this one round tight, it will have a bit of movement in there. You don't want it to be super tight because it might find it quite difficult to pull back. So it's not going to stick now. Everything's stuck perfectly well on the ones I've made, and these are just playing me up. I don't think it's going to stick. Wow. Okay. Naughty. I'm going to go back to the other tape then. That's really weird. I've made 2 of these. Used tape both times. Now don't do this because I told you not to do it this way. But I'm just doing it this way now because one of these ways has got to work. There we go. That way. Don't know what happened there with the first one, but there you go. So put it back, and then I can just hold it with a little bit extra, and then I can pull this one tight round and get it to match up like that. Stick that down. Didn't want that to be screwed up. And then what you have to do is take the excess off. So you have to cut off the excess little piece there, like that. So just taking that excess off. So now you've got a bit that just goes round and round the outside of that piece of cardboard. Now what I like to do as well is that bit there that we've stuck up there, I like to keep it at the top. Now you're going to put tape on the front side of your tag and the back side, so the top front of the tag and the back bottom of the cork, the champagne. So I'm going to use this, what am I doing? It's on the back of this and the front of that. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you everything wrong. So put it on the top, but the back of this one, we'll get there in a minute. The back of this one. And I did use red liner tape, I remember. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to use this just at the very bottom of there. Remove that. I'll put a bit of both on, eh? What do you reckon? One of them will work, wouldn't it? Honestly. I'm going to put it down the bottom though, because you want it to be nearer to the bottom as possible, because that way you'll have more pull. So nearest to the bottom, and then what you do is this one goes on first. So you just line it up to the centre at the top like that. Make sure it's level. Fold it down. So now we've got our time to celebrate tab. You can see it moves. Check it moves before you make the card and put it all together, because if it doesn't move then something's not quite right. So you can see where the tape is, it will come no more. So that's why you only want it at the very top, at the back. At the back, remember? At the back. And then we're not going to put this one on yet. I'm going to cover that tape up with another bit of tape. We're going to put it on right last thing. There is a reason why, which will become very clear shortly. I'm just going to add a little bit of red liner to that as well. Move that out of the way because it's exposed sticky, and we know what's going to happen. Sarah's going to get it all over the place. So now, while that one's up the top, we can place this where we want it to go. So we know it's got to say pull here like that. So what we want to do is just add some foam tape to these outer edges on the sides where the tag's looking up at you. So just pop some foam tape down each side like this. Foam tape's being good. You're my new favourite. Oh, I've got a new favourite in my craft. So the foam tape goes on there. And then take the tops off your foam tape. Now you don't see this mechanism, so it doesn't matter, like I say, about the back lines and things like that. And then with that in the centre, you don't want to see celebrate because you want it all to be a surprise. Make sure that's up at the top, like so. And then you just bring this down, and you're going to bring it down till you can't see celebrate anymore, and as much pull tab as you can give. So we're going to go like that, and then you just pop that onto there, and then you can see it's gone a little bit wonky on the back, but that's all right because the cork one is a little bit smaller. So you can see that's working fine, still working absolutely fine. And then we're going to add the cork to the back. So now what you want to do here is line up the cork like that. Make sure that that top is where the cork would be, the top of a bottle. And then you're going to undo the tape. Now, as we know, I put the red one on as well, didn't I? And didn't expose it. So we'll try that again. Nice for you to see it twice. Yeah, I'm on form today, eh? So pop that one on there like that. Make sure it's exactly where you want the cork to be, keeping this bottom piece up in the air, and then just make sure it's straight down, and then it goes onto the bottom of the bag. So now when you turn it over, obviously it's going to be flappy, so I have to put my fingers just gently underneath and just see that it works. Again, just make sure everything works before you put it on the card. So that's going to be fine. How wonky I made that. It does still work though. The others were straight, but never mind. I like it when things don't go right because it's not going to go right for you all the time at home, is it? So again, on these little sides of the H, where the other side of the polythene, we pop that and we pop that. And then what we're going to do as well is this. You don't have to do this, and it's not in the instructions. So when you pull this down, to stop this from going too wobbly, trying to keep it in line so that it helps the cork come out in the right place. Just don't get it on the tag. So put it over and just put some guides. Now don't take the tape off of these. Just leave them as they are. They don't need to be taped. So they're just little channels to stop it having all of the movement of that bottom, where it could have gone all over to here. Now it's more in line, so it's just going to work a little bit better. And then we need to do double height on the side, because we've got one underneath for the tag, and then we've got one on the top of the cork. It's just to give it that little bit of gap of movement. There's one there, one there. Then we're going to take this off. Badly. I'm having a funny tape day. I don't know what's going on. That's down there. And then put one on top of it. So expose it and double layer it. Same with this side. I'm very, very static. I think it's all the heating where it's been so cold. Everything's dry. So I'll pop that one on there. Make it double height. Then we're going to expose all of the tape apart from those little pieces at the bottom if you've put them in as a channel. We don't want those exposed. Now this is where you're going to have to land it on top of the card exactly where it needs to be. So if you're a little bit worried about that, there's a little tip for that. You can put wet glue on top of this foam tape just to give you that little bit of wiggle time, and then it will dry off. So it's entirely up to you. I'll show you what I mean. I'll only do a little bit, but I'll show you what I mean. Because then it just helps. So remember to leave those two down there, and then we're just going to add some wet glue just in a line. And it just gives you that like little slippery bit of surface in case you land it in the wrong spot and you can't move it. Because foam tape can be super sticky. So we're bringing our card blank. Pick up the mechanism. Now the easiest way to do this is let's move that. Is to start at the bottom where the triangle bit is, because you can see very clearly where that's got to go. And that's got to go. So you can see that's in line. and just make sure it's in line up the side of the card, and the cork's fine. Top of the bottle, squash it all down, and we've got wet glue on there, but I'm sure it will be fine. And then we could try a mechanism. You can see, there you go, done it. So it's really simple to do, quite quick and easy, just a bit of cutting out, and you've got your champagne cork. Sorry, you couldn't see that because I zoomed in. I forgot I zoomed in. It's all working just fine. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.